Hi guys. So I just got a very interesting call from a journalist who told me that there is a place where they're chasing out all foreigners and they don't want any foreign nationals, whether documented or undocumented, and what is my take on it. And this is my honest and sincere answer. Right? Because we always get people saying, oh, you are fighting people even if they're documented or undocumented. So, documenting a person who's not from that country to come to a particular country is done for a reason. And here's the reason. If I wake up this morning and I decide I want to go on holiday to France, and I need to let the French people know of my intention to come to France on holiday. And then the French will ask me in a questionnaire, how long are you staying? Where are you going to be staying? Do you have enough money to stay here? And then when it's time to go back, are you going to be able to afford to go back? They do that because they don't want to let me come on holiday and then eventually I do not leave their country. So this is a safety measure that they put in place to protect their country from people who are coming into France to stay permanently, whereas they do not have an intention of going on holiday, for example. Now, with South African law, there's actually the same thing or similar, where if I want to come to South Africa as a foreigner, I have to go through the application process. In fact, one of the things that I'm supposed to have when I come to South Africa is medical insurance. Now, medical insurance means that as a foreigner, if I get sick in this country, I'm going to go and get treated in a private hospital in South Africa. Right. So the problem that we have in South Africa is the fine line between someone who's a foreigner and someone who's an illegal immigrant. So the word undocumented, they are using to gaslight us, trust. Because when they say undocumented, they are running away from the fact that there are people who are in this country illegally. And by illegally, we mean that they have broken the laws of this country to be in this country. For example, someone from Mozambique, Malawi, Zimbabwe, etc. comes into South Africa with a passport and they start working. And then that person says that they are documented, which is false because a passport is a traveling document. It allows you only to travel into South Africa. You get a stamp, you stay for those days that they've given you, and you go back. Funny enough, that stamp is 60 days. Not 60 days and go back and get a stamp and go back and get a stamp. That's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to get a stamp and then in that period go back to your country. And you can't come back in, out, right? With different stamps. You send your stamps to the border to get stamped and come back and then decide it's a reason to stay in the country. That is also breaking the laws of the country. As much as Zimbabweans think that having a passport means that they are documented, because I know they are the loudest. You do not have a right to stay in South Africa and work and do all these things just because you've got a passport. Second to that, the fine line between foreigners and illegal immigrants in South Africa comes because there's foreigners who are documented but with fake documents, and we know this, a lot of them do not have the correct documents to be in the country. They're documented, but those documents are fake. Or they're using other people's identities who are South Africans, even people who are dead. That's how cruel they are. And that's the extent that they go to get South African documents. So those are the people who are still, you have broken the laws. You're still illegal, whether you've got a piece of paper or not. But now going back to what the community is saying, something I said a long time ago, and I'm going to say it again, that when you have broken the laws of someone else's country, come in and stay there, and forcefully integrated yourself into a community that was not given an option, whether they want you in that community or not, you are calling for problems. And this is the problem that the South African government needs to take responsibility for, because they are the ones who have created a system where they give people documents like refugee status or asylum seekers or ZDPs, and then these people go into the communities that South Africans do not even have a say in whether we want these people there or not. On top of that, it's not like they behave well. It's not like you come into those communities, you behave like a visitor. No, they want to take over, they want to be pompous, they want to be over the top, they want to be bossy, they want to take the jobs, they want to take the businesses, they want to even everything that the community has. So it's bound to happen. I'm not saying it's correct, but it's bound to happen. Because at the end of the day, government cannot forcefully force South Africans to integrate with people that they did not ask to integrate with. It's the government that must take care of these asylum seekers and refugees and whatever. And if it's NPOs and NGOs that are fighting for them to stay in the country, then the government needs to transfer those people back into the hands of those NPOs and NGOs, not into the hands of South Africans. South Africans don't need to be integrating with foreigners, to be honest, by force. If we want to integrate with them, let us integrate by choice. Let us want to have a relationship with people who are well behaved in this country, who treat themselves like visitors, who know the laws, who respect the laws, who are clean. Don't force us to integrate with people that we did not ask to integrate with. If the government wants these people to integrate with them, take them to your houses. Take them to your communities. Why are you living in estates and all these fancy places and then forcefully send people to go live in communities by force that you don't live in? No, don't do that. I don't think it's a fair thing to say that the community is wrong if they're saying they don't want to integrate with so-called refugees and asylum seekers or foreigners who are there doing things that are ungodly. If the community is tired, the community is tired. There's nothing that and it's nice because they're not killing them, they're not burning them, they're just asking them nicely. We no longer need you in our community. Please leave. And as a foreigner, you need to respect that and leave, because you can't be going to complain to the rest of the world that people who rightfully own this place don't want you there. Because now you have a choice who you want in your house and who you don't want in your house. You don't get forced to live with your neighbor's children by force because the government says so. So I'm saying, foreigners, South Africans have expressed over and over again that they do not want you in their country, especially right now with all the problems that they're facing. And I'm talking specifically to foreigners who are in the country conducting themselves in a way that is not correct. People who didn't follow the due process to come into the country. People who are illegal immigrants living in the country in ways that are not part of our culture or our ways of living. South Africans are asking you nicely, kindly, please leave the country. Don't leave this neighborhood to go to another one. No. Prepare yourself to go back to your country. But many of them don't want to hear that. Instead, they want to say xenophobia. They want to swear South Africans. They want to... And I'm telling you again, as I've been telling you for a whole year, it's not going to help you in any ways. You can swear all day, every day. You can say, I win, thou, all you want. But you are not going to stay in a place where a person no longer wants you. It's that simple. Just go home, guys. And if you need to come back into the country, come back properly. Apply, etc., and come for scarce skills. You can't be coming to South Africa to sell tomatoes on the street or open a tuck shop, something South Africans could have been doing all along, or have been doing all along, because that is just you creating competition that is unfair. And I'm also going to address this issue maybe later on today, or maybe in a few minutes, where you talk about the economy. Every time you talk about migration, you bring in the economy. Every time you talk about migration, you bring in the economy. Those are two separate things. Continue now. How do you think? And it's these people that always think that they are the biggest Africans over the rest of us.